comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic caused by nauseating TV adverts.
He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen,
on slavery.
almost daily.
Investigating
Laughs and facts, served up plainly. You're tossing wit, it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's another day. What more do you flipping want? This time, by the way, these sunglasses are not just me being silly pretending we're doing some of the stuff. No, it's the hay fever season is back in. Ah, man, those trees can just do one. Oh, we've got to save the tree. Sting. I tell you I'll blame for this. Sting. Save the forest. What? Yeah, why? So they can turn against us with their pollen. What did we ever do to the trees? Chop them down. Chop them down. Kill them. Turn them into furniture. If we did that to you, actually, you'd be pretty peeved. At the very least, I think you'd be peeved. Welcome along to the web streaming show where we do some chit-chat about the news and whatnot. And we've got some pile of newspapers over here, some front pages to go through. I've got an energy drink, which I will very much need at some stage. And the chit-chat. If you're on the youtube.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen, get involved with the chitty-chatty. Let's see what's happening already. We seem to be putting out an APB on Joodles, who isn't here. However, Proper Memes was here first. And then Ems is here. Oh, Squirrel's here as well. Hello, Squirrel. Saying, imagine that thumbnail being the last thing you see in real life. Yeah. Imagine that. That would... I mean, it looks like it's more of a sex thing than it is. More on that story later. Not the first time I've said that sentence this week either. The first one, not the second one. I've definitely said the second one quite a lot. And Ems is here. I think it was Ems who, in the week, realised, last time we did one of these shows, I said, remind me to tell you about motorway services. And you didn't. So, thanks for that. But you did remember that you didn't, which is bad or good. I don't really know. So anyway, more on that story later. A hay fever chat is already kicking off there. Squirrel saying, I get hay fever and I'm up a tree most of the time. That's your own stupid fault, isn't it? May contain nuts, all of those. And Steve can make that happen for a fee. Yes, if you want the last thing you see to be... No, actually, I'm not going to do that. I just realised you've got me involved in the assisted dying bill. How have you done that? I don't want to have to take a side on this one. Hi ho, Kermit's here saying afternoon all. Afternoon. Martin's here. Afternoon. Doctor. All right. So you're up to date. If you're only just joined in, I got hay fever. I'm moaning about that. I think it brings out a gruffer sound. A gruffer sound here. So that's not a bad thing, is it? Shall we kick off with what's happening inside on the front of the newspapers? From a second there, I was getting all elbow about face, but we'll do the inside of the newspapers because we kick off with The Mirror, Brit cop sex crime review of Epstein File. The only reason I wanted to mention Epstein again, and we're all thinking, oh, good God, not this again. Oh, no more of this. Well, yes, but hear me out. So the Met Police want to get access to the Epstein Files in America because they think they could be pertinent in the investigation of Mandelson, right? And if there's one thing we know about the Met Police, they're not really good at keeping stum about things, especially on the Mandelson thing. You know how Lindsay Hoyle, Speaker of the House of Commons, was the one who tipped off the police saying, you probably want to arrest this dude. No, he's a flight risk. Because he's a vampire, but also he might go to the British Virgin Isles, which would be the greatest irony. Imagine your crime is in somehow Epstein-based, and the island you go to is the antithesis, the Virgin Isles. It's a matter of timing, isn't it? But I think if the Met then get them, because the Met were so lip-loosed about it that Mandelson found out who was the tip-off. I mean, it's no surprise. The guy's called the Speaker. I mean, yeah, right? But if we get the Epstein Files for the Met, then they'll leave them on. You know what's it like in this country? They'll leave a flash drive somewhere by a bus stop. That happens. It actually happens, doesn't it? Government secrets left on flash drives on buses. Pay for it, Uber. But good. So it's good news if you'd like to know what's happening in the Epstein Files. I get the feeling they could be coming our way. Also, front page of the Times goes with, well, there's a thing at the top, meet the British men taking on the manosphere. Now everyone's talking about that because of the Louis Theroux thing. I think I'm one of those. I've been saying it before. The problems identified by the manosphere, correct problems. The solutions, absolute pile of guff. Why don't you get more aggressive? Well, can't find a woman. Why don't you join online fora, about the fact that you hate women? See if that turns the ladies on. Damn. But the front page also gives me some good advice about how to maybe pull the ladies. Look at this. Let's zoom in this. Zoom in. Ooh, look at that. I missed. Hang on. Up a bit. To me, to you. Even unfunny jokes can give you the last laugh at work. Boom! My career has just been worthwhile. Thank you. We all know the sinking feeling of telling a joke at work that falls flat. You have no flipping idea. You are not a salmon. You think you know what it's like to tell a joke that doesn't work. But despite the risk of embarrassment, you are probably better off telling the joke than staying silent. Well, good. This is what I've been doing on stage for ages. A scientific study found that unsuccessful jokes are not necessarily unappreciated, that the element of humor that elicit relatively low laughter intensity break the ice. Well, come to some of my gigs, but don't bring any ice, because I'm going to break the mother flipping out of that ice. If you want ice broken, come and see my comedy set. But here's my favorite bit. Researchers tracked the use of humor across 531 talks. They examined how often scientists attempted a joke during what were often highly technical presentations. It's not that they appreciate the joke. They just like one sentence that wasn't some massive long word with numbers in it that tell you where the functional groups are. Do you know what I mean? It was it's a breath of fresh air, is all that was. All right, let's get some chit-chat. We've got some chit-chat going on about this. I just watched the most horrendous arrest video I've ever seen. Will actually have nightmares and not eat all day. Okay, well, I'm trying to lose some weight. So if you forward it onto the group, hay sailor fever. Hey. I get hay fever, my favourite literary festival. Nice. A review of the Peter Files. Yep. Lindsay the Grass. Tyson. Yep. And when the review is over, there'll be a Met Gala. That deserves just that much. Oh, I played too much of it. Sorry, I was not quick enough. Welcome back, Martin. Steve's vindicated despite the Gen Z hating him. They might be hating me. They use words that I refuse to understand. When they're calling me, I don't know any. I've got no Riz, and I'm a pillock. And no, pillock's not Gen Z phrase, is it? Steve from accounts. Squirrel what? My humour was obviously at the level the office weren't ready for, according to HR. I've heard the same rumour about you as well. It is worrying. It's a little bit of lag on the old PC. A little bit worried about this lag on the old PC today. I don't know if you're getting it as well. I do not have that many things open. Not happy about this. We had a Windows 11 update, and now I'm getting lag. Why are so many middle-aged women repulsed by husbands they once adored? Great. Well, that to look forward to. Let me guess, is it the bloke's fault? I've not even read the newspaper. I'm just giving that it's in the female section. I imagine it's, yeah. Oh, how dare they breathe. Iran wages full-scale economic war on the West. Yeah. I imagine that was always somewhat predictable. It's kind of our dumbass fault, isn't it? Why? Let's have an economy based on oil. Why? Have you got an absolute shed load of oil? Nah, buy it in from somewhere. Where? All the wrong uns. Where are you going to buy it from? You know all those countries, the wrong uns? Used to be just in the Middle East, but something kicked off in the 70s, so we thought we'd outsource a little. Good. You don't just want to have it in that bubbling bellicose region of the Middle East. Where else are you buying it from? Russia's got some. Yeah. I'll blow the froth off one. Actually, speaking of which, I can't believe I need my energy drink already this far into the show. Nice ASMR. So that's our own stupid fault. And this is not even just saying we should be renewable. You know my take on renewables. I've talked about this loads. There seem to be two camps in the media. You either have to think the net zero is a load of nonsense, absolutely. One of the best things you can do for the world, I think, is burn oil, because oil is made of dinosaurs, and it will be bringing all of those locked particles of dinosaurs back into the economy, or something like that, right? That's how you have to speak. I'm available if they want me to speak like that. Then there's the flip side. They're like, actually, what we should be doing is thoroughly killing our economy so that we can get to net zero sooner. Because two things will help us get to net zero. One is reducing carbon, and the other is having no economy. If we are all somehow forced back to caveman-like existences, yep, you'll be on paleo, and that's really great. Although I'd say go vegan. But then also we won't actually have any manufacturing sector, so we won't be making anything, so that's really good. Obviously, both sides of that debate, dumb. You know the Gaussian curve? We should have a graphic for the Gaussian curve. It's more relevant than often than anyone realizes. So you get the two tails of the debate are always the ones arguing with each other. The sense would be in the middle, but no one ever broadcasts that. So what you should do is get renewables in. Hey, solar power's pretty cool. The sun literally throws energy at us. Literally. What are photons? Just energy. Ain't no mass there. Ain't no sunshine in the photons. Wrong chord. However, did it not come on? There it is. Thank you. However, what was I talking about? I have no clue. Something about, yeah, we've got gas, we've got oil. We should use it whilst we use that to give ourselves money to make solar powers. I don't know. I think this chair's too low these days because I don't sit up enough. In the chat, PC lag shag slag. Yep. Netflix Markle. Oh, wrong one. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Netflix brutal purge of Sussexes. Because there are two, East and West. Oh, God, who was it? I heard some politician the other day was talking about, it might have been, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Times Radio. Someone was saying, was it even Zach Polensky post the by-election? Saying how well they're doing. Anyway, someone in the news, really should have thought about this before I brought it up, said, we're doing well across the nation, from Surrey to Sussex. That's that far. Wow. The one stop on the train station from Hawley to Crawley. Do you mean that? From Hawley to Gatwick. Wow. Dicks. Let's have a look what's going on. And we've done that one. Yeah. Where's ain't no sunshine when day's gone. Ding, 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 ding. Honestly, can't even feel it today. Even sillier, an economy based on oil but priced according to gas. Oh, my days. What a dumb system. Let's use all these different, a panoply. I don't know what that is, but it seems appropriate, of all these different energy systems. How should we work out the price? I know, it's not a really expensive one. Let's use that one. If we use any gas, let's price all energy at the gas, but it's the most expensive one. My serious theory, and no one seems to be going with this, is the government makes money from duty on energy sales. So if we have low energy prices, they'll be getting less. We have ridiculously high ones, they get more. And they want more money instead of taxing us. So they've absolutely priced us out of our own market. You're right, this is more of a rant today. Can we just check what's in this? Not even sugar, can't be that. Is that HMS Dragon energy drink? Oh, yeah. I've only got two of these left, and then we're in trouble. Then there are no more energy drinks in the shed. Damn. A minor, E minor, G. Yep. Nah, really? Ain't no sunshine when she doom, 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 doom. Nah, not G. You think you're right with the rest of it. Ain't no sunshine when she doom, 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 doom. We fly past the G back to an A minor. We're going for that one. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, hi ho, Kermit. If you remind me later on, I have an apology to make about my rude comments about Martha and her muffins. I commented rudely about both. I should never comment on a lady's muffins. A minor, E minor, G. Yeah, that's what I was, yeah. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Dum, dum, boom. I'm not sure about the E minor. Are you sure? But I suppose it should be an E minor if you're in the key of A minor. Yeah, it's going to be E minor. All right. Well, more on that story later. Front page of broke, death, glitter on last legs. It's made me even less likely to want to be in his gang. And I was already not wanting to be in his gang. Because, yeah. 81 to die in prison. Well, look, I mean, then don't be a pedo. If ever there's a moral of this show, I think it's that. I was going to try and get merchandise mugs with a picture of my face, the logo, and it's a day, what more do you want on it? But maybe it should just be, don't be a pedo. Because then if you don't buy one, you know what that says about you. I think we found a way to finally make money on the merch. We actually should say, not a salmon. That is, yeah, all right, fair enough. You are not a pedo. No, I can't have that as the catchphrase. Gone too long is D minor. And no sunshine when she's gone. Boom, 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 boom. Something, dum, 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 dum. There's no sunshine when she's gone, and you're always gone too long. Anytime she walks away, don't know the words. Dum, dum, bum. I know, but I don't know. Isn't that weird? They're pretty much all the chords for the whole tune. Well, I've got it now. Thank you. You know what I'll be doing this afternoon? ASMR. It was Hi-Ho Kermit giving us the thing. And then finally for the front pages. I don't know. Starmer signals migrant U-turn. We talked about this last night on the old telly box. This is because Act 1 of Labour were trying to compete with Reform, and then after the Gorton and Denton and Benton by-election, the Hugh Barley-McGrew by-election, now they're trying to go after the Greens. So they're watering this down, which is kind of a shame. It would have been, get some progress on something, would be my second piece of advice. Piece of advice 1, don't be pedo. Piece of advice 2, get some progress on something. There were some good stories down here. Naked sauna told to close after complaints. Well, that's as blurry as hell. Or, I'm getting older, let's find out. A sauna can anyone else work this sauna? Has been told to close after neighbours, I'm guessing complained. Something about, well, if you just get the right lens, I'm sure you'd appreciate it. Joodles is here. We were worried. We were genuinely worried. We were so worried, Joodles. We were sitting around learning the chords to Ain't No Sunshine, which we could pretend it's about you, and therefore you don't feel so put out there. I know and oh, so you're right, Martin. That is a religious song. Nudes back from her shift from 999. We were just worried. We thought you were working 999. I called 999. You weren't there. We're workshopping a new tune for Steve's repertoire. Thank you. More on the Martha and the Muffins debacle later. But meanwhile,
Let's get inside the news.
shall we? Give it that. There's a big pile. I have piles. And let's cover some of the main bits of news stories before the dumb ones really kick in. Weatherspoon's boss, Sir Tim Martin, has revealed the annual energy bill for his 800-strong pub chain is now £80 million. As we said previously, energy is too expensive in this country and it's flipping holding us back. Why would you have the highest energy prices in Europe? What? Because Spain or Portugal have high energy prices. What do they care? They have like 1 hour a day when it's not. Oh, actually, they stay up late in Spain, don't they? But you know what I mean? We are miserable. We need heating and we need air conditioning. We need lights on most of the flipping time. This year has been dark up until now. Up until 4 days ago, we were in thick coats. And then it goes straight from thick coat to hay fever. I was not ready for that. I'm going to sit comfortably. My flipping eyes are doing me in. So why have ridiculously high energy prices? Well, it's dumb. That's why it's really dumb. But also at the same time, if you are Sir Tim Martin, and I imagine he's watching, turn the lights down a bit. Get a dimmer switch. Because if you dim the lights somewhat in your pubs, you can see less of a Weatherspoons. Do you know what I mean? Cost benefit. I can't quite see as well the weird carpet design. And I know they show off, we've got a different carpet design in every single pub. Great. I'll be fine not seeing that. I've not seen that. I don't really go in there very often. But if you turn the lights down, I might by accident. So there you go. Win-win. I am my two favourite strippers. What are we talking about? I'm so confused, says Joodles. Ain't no Joodles when she's gone. Ain't no Joodles when she's gone. Don't want to talk out of school, but people mention your name when you weren't here. Will Smith, those mother flippers. She can't reach from there. How do you turn a duck into a famous soul singer? I feel like you're setting me up for Mallard, Donald. I don't keep. We'll work on that. They got the Hayes got a fever. Hang on. What's going wrong with my music brain? The fever. You're giving me fever. Why is that not? I've lost it. Are you supposed to do this? It's the flipping hay fever. I'm not Sir Tim Martin. Sorry, Martin. I thought you were the wrong one. Alan's here. Miliband advice, Steve Miliband, to turn off the fridges. They need fridges for cold beer. Good point. Weatherspoons are for the lowest of the low, and I know all of them. It's my kind of place. You give me fever. I've lost it. Passport will cost over £100. Applying for a standard passport will cost more than £100 from next month. For the first time, it will be £102, which, as we all know, is more than £100. Bear with. How is everything in flipping A minor in your world, Hi-O Kermit? You give me fever. You give me fever. Well, that was worthwhile, wasn't it? It's always a worry when I enjoy this show more than you. That's the wrong one. We're doing this. Bye-bye. It's someone. I think it's over £100. There's an E in there too. Yeah, that one. Ding, ding, ding. You give them a fever. I think I know what's happening here. You could simply work out how much it costs to process a passport and cost that. But you're not going to make any money. We know this government likes to make money because it has to. Otherwise, it has to charge us for the money, and that looks bad. So instead, I think what's happening here is they're doing price, what's it called? Supply and demand pricing. Marginal price, all that thing, right? Because if you work out how much people are willing to pay to temporarily leave this S-hole of a country, you make a little bit of this. And what they've done successfully is they've made this country so bad. They're like, I just want to go away from it. Just like a week away. Do you know what I mean? Just a place where there's no potholes. Just a little break from the absolute nightmare of it. Yeah, but you'll be going to a foreign country. Everyone around you will speak a foreign language. Hey. But that's it. That's the joke. They're price gouging us. Just get an Irish one. They're only €75, because you say euro, don't you? You have no sense of plural. Everyone's bound to have a wee Irish granny somewhere. I'll have a look. I don't know where she'd be hiding, but if you say she's wee, could be. Nudes, my partner just got hers. Tell her congrats from me, PM, they're magic. Unlucky. Oh, all the racial stereotypes should have been on Tuesday's show. When we even changed the backdrop to be patronising. Didn't we do very well? Give me fever, hay fever. Thanks, Kermit. Musical director on the show now, Kermit, by the way. Proper memes doing these kind of things, doing the graphics, which I think has put us all off, both me and Bears. Yeah. And M's saying, I have one too, but they don't get you out of prison, apparently. Some of them probably get you in there. Oh. Sarah Ferguson, speaking of ginger people, faces being stripped of an honour that gave her freedom of the city of York. That story again. You can go to York now without worrying about that. She's roaming around there. Do you think she ever used it? The freedom of York. I know some of these give you like the ability to run your sheep across a bridge. I don't think she does a lot of that, did she? The former Duchess of York was awarded freedom as a wedding gift on a visit to the city in 87. I think if you've not used it since 87, hand it back. I'd be better off with it. I could, nip to the Jorvik Viking Centre. Who doesn't like the Jorvik Viking Centre? Go and see a museum that stinks of shit. And that's not even me being judgmental. They add the smell. It was the only item listed for her extraordinary council meeting. Wow, that'll get the bin sorted, won't it? It was the first suggestion in October after emails emerged between... Oh, yeah, well, listen, feel free to take that freedom offer, but no one's blaming you. No one's at York. Don't worry. No one's going like, I ain't going to that city. What with Sarah Ferguson's emails? It's not on you. It's not on you. Whereas Sussex, you're winding me right up, east and west. Everyone in this whole nation hates Sussex. From Surrey to Sussex, all of the... Not even alphabetically are they far apart. Geographically and alphabet... You couldn't have picked two worse things to come up with a sentence from and to. All the way from A to A, starting with the next alphabet, A, B. I've done that one from a front page. Hi ho, Kermit says, that smell is vile. Are you still talking to me? What's happened? I know, you're talking about Fergie. Fergie can get to York with Budgie the helicopter. That's true. And she's free to do it. Can't even go to the Coleman's mustard shop for blooming Ferguson. True. Today's background colour is turquoise in celebration of the Reform Live event happening concurrently. Well, if that's what they're into. Flipping loading the wrong one in also. Online festers hatred. Under 16 should be banned from social media as platforms either cannot or will not regulate content well enough. In quote marks, the UK also lacks the manpower, to force them to do so. We should ban, I've worked this one out, we should ban 16-year-olds off social media. Do you know why? Because that way, if ever anyone says they're a 12-year-old, you know it's just some wrong'un. Some, word you really, Ofcom says you can't use. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Some go, oh, hi, I'm just, a middle-aged bloke pretending to be a 12-year-old, you absolute wrong. And we can find them more quickly. Worth it. And if ever there are two, if some wrong'un is on there pretending to be a 12-year-old girl and they chat to some other 12-year-old girl going, oh, hi, I'm also into Riz and the latest songs. Whoever the other one will also be some middle-aged wrong'un dude. And they'll get on. They've got a lot of common ground. Not been for over 40 years, and I can still remember that smell. It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's the only museum that I think does it. It talks about what life was like back in the olden days when you lived right next to your sewage. I say olden days, of course, these days with our water companies, we're slowly heading back there. But there's no other one that does the smell, is there? There's the Freud Museum in, is it Camden or Finchley, around that area? You don't go in there and they try and recreate the smell of Sigmund Freud. There's the Holocaust Museum. It's not even. But it's a good point. Is it? I don't know. If YouTube regulated content, Almost Daily wouldn't exist, so lucky us. Ho ho! Ban social media, ban Ed Davey from GB News. Do you know what? So Ed Davies had to go up at GB News. saying that it's Reform TV. I think if I'm on there, it's not Reform TV. Do you know what I mean? Every so often I get the feeling I'm wheeled in there as a slight novelty act, but for balance, I think is how Ofcom phrases it. But yeah, Ed Davey did this big speech saying, according to a New World report, trademark, you know what I mean? It's not actual, it wasn't the whole of the New World that got into it. A report that there were hundreds of breaches and yeah, you know what? I think the only way you have a breach of Ofcom's rules is if Ofcom says it's a breach. I think that's how that works. While we're doing upsetting news, chicken nuggets migrants can stay. An Albanian, there's a picture of what chicken nuggets look like, in case you didn't know. Really useful. Thanks, The Sun. An Albanian criminal who argued that he should not be deported because his son does not like foreign chicken nuggets, has won his appeal to stay. Okay. A judge ruled that as the youngster has sensory difficulties, I mean, probably don't eat so many nuggets then, it would be in his best interest. It would be in his best interest. Anyone else's interest need to be thought about here? Also, has he tried all of the foreign nuggets? It feels like you can assert that your child likes UK nuggets. That does not necessarily mean you know that your child doesn't like any foreign nuggets. You would have to exhaustively find all the different nuggets. I'm also thinking we probably import our nuggets. Would it be cheaper? You know, there's the new plan. Is it to give like 10 grand or something to, I can't remember, is it 30 grand? Some ridiculous amount of money to people to leave the UK. But it works out mathematically cheaper. I also think mathematically it would work out cheaper. Just send this guy some nuggets. You could get deported. We'll keep your address. Just forward us your address. We'll send you some nuggets. Yeah. We'll get them Uber Eated across there. It would still work out cheaper. You're to GB News what Simon Evans is to the news quiz. Yes, but I wish I were the other way around, because I imagine Simon Evans gets paid more by the news quiz to turn up. Foster mother, says Ems. I barely knew her. What? Doesn't like foreign chicken nuggets. That sounds like a non-crime hate incident. So true. You can't say that about foreign nuggets. Thankfully, I think we're through all the serious news. And now we're getting into the absolute pile of rubbish. So if you're a busy person, it's been nice seeing you. Right. This one. Joodles. You'll like this one. In fact, where's my pedantic grammar jingle? In fact, where's the old school pedantic grammar jingle? That's not the one. Where's the old...
Don't you mean...
Typical Brits have 3 holidays of a lifetime, with Tokyo, the Maldives, and the Great Barrier Reef faves, a poll found. Doesn't matter about the destinations. Let's just zoom in. Let me get my titanium pen. You might be a tit person, a titanium pen. Typical Brits have 3 holidays of a lifetime. Do you think you're a third of a cat? How many lifetimes do you know in a previous life I went on a lovely holiday? I used to be one of the queens with Henry VIII and went on a lovely trip to Dorset. The holidays, you can only have one holiday of a lifetime if you only have one lifetime. That's how dividing works. What is wrong with people? So many. That's not even the top what's wrong with people, is it? There's another one, actually. If we dig down, there's another one where I wish to correct someone's grammar. I should have put these next to each other. This one. Actually, this is not grammar. This is mathematics. I don't think we have a mathematics jingle, but that's okay. We've got science. Own pad jackpot. Nearly a third of young Brits reckon they are more likely to scoop a life-changing lottery win than ever get on the property ladder. Oh, no, that sounds terrible until you just look inside the details a little bit more here. If you receive a life-changing lottery win, do you know what's one of the things you can do? Get on the property ladder. Ergo, worst case scenario, the probability of you getting a life-changing lottery is the same as the odds of getting on the... You can't be more likely to have enough money to get on the property ladder than ever get on the property ladder, unless you definitely know you don't like houses, in which case, shut up about it. any other way of getting on the property ladder then increases the probability. You're more likely to get on the property ladder than win the lottery. You bunch of idiots. I would say go back to school, but it's young people. I don't know why I'm so angry today. This one I agree with though. 1 in 5 think they have a better chance of becoming an internet star. Yes, you do actually. You have a better. It's difficult to buy a house, but you put a cat in a bin, and you will be all over the internet. Young people don't even remember that, and that's why they don't know how to succeed in life like I do. Up to date. I still don't know why that narrator had a French accent on that jingle. Don't you mean? Because you know what the French are like. I'd settle for Ramsgate, frankly. What are you doing with the animals? What are you doing? Thanks, Dara. No, he's a physics guy. That's probability, that's stats maths. Luckily, Big Ang has 3 pads. Charlotte's here as well. Are you still in Amsterdam? Should we find out what's happening? What have you been up to in the Amsterdam? We were worried about you. I nearly called 999, but it's a different number over there. It was like 112. How simple. What's wrong with the Europeans? Can they not count? I suppose you can't have 999 as the emergency number in Europe because of Germans. Oh no, there's an emergency. What number should I call? 999. All right, I won't bother. That can't be the only joke on today's show, can it? Chaz, put the dame into Amsterdam. I don't know any famous maths people. Oh, no. Oh, you mean like currently famous? Vorders. And the Vorders replacement. De Soitoy, what's his name? De Soitoy, that guy, he writes books, Music of the Primes, whatever. Mark De Soitoy. I can't pronounce his name, but that's fine. He's a maths guy. He'll be absolutely all right. I thought you meant Johnny Ball. All right, that's a bit of a stretch. I thought you meant like famous mathematicians. We've already said Gaussian on today's show. What more do you want? Amsterdam was very eventful. I feel violated. Oh my days. Is that in Amsterdam or did you go through Stansted? With a British passport as well. Oh my days. That'll take its toll, won't it? What have we got over here? That's not as good as this one. This one's my favourite. This was in the actual coverage. Dewars full of beans. There she is. Dua Lipa has a hefty check coming her way, plus a lifetime supply of coffee, I imagine. Well, I'm glad we've just done supposition at the start of this story. She signed to be a global ambassador for Nespresso and posed in blue what coords, I don't really know what any of this means, to promote the new, she's flogging coffee. And I think Dua Lipa is exactly the right person to sell coffee, because every time I look at her, I think, I'd quite like to taste the bean. That can't be. Come on. It's not a late night show. No. No, we'll save that for the late ones. I'm playing all of the right notes, but I'm not, am I? I got a Viva. Movie star take it again from the top. Action. Movie star Margot Robbie's plans to roll out her posh gin in UK bars have been put on ice over fears it could trigger shellfish allergies. Because for some reason, it's got oyster shells in it. Why were they going cheap? Well, if you're just adding salt, have you heard of salt? Add a bit of salt in there, a bit of iodine salt as well. Let's make everyone healthy, and all of a sudden it's good for you. But here's the worry. How would you know if you're having an allergic reaction to gin? You wouldn't notice it as one of the main contributors to an allergic reaction. Plus also, you end up with like big puffy eyes, which is also just what happens to women after they've had a night on the gin. So mascara's run down your face, you've lost a shoe. Is that an allergic reaction, or are you just now sad? You're sad now because of the gin. Have you had a cry? Is that what it is? You've had some gin. We've all had a drink. We've all had a little cry. Oh, it's shellfish. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise. Oh, I'll get your EpiPen. Marvo star Moogie Robbie. Exactly. Moog. Oh, we have to get a Moog organ on this thing as well, don't we? Margot's gin smells like fish. Well, that's put me right off the idea of having coffee with her. Nice finger work, Steve. You say that, but forgot what was the other song? Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. No, I've forgotten it already. I haven't really. E minor, don't worry. Sounds like a description of Alice Cooper. Mascara running, lost a shoe. We've all had a drink. We've had a little cry. Yep, Stansted gave me hives. But then Amsterdam is an eye-opener. Well, you have to pay extra for that, don't you? I now feel like I'm a prude. Well, maybe we should do another late-night show. Steve's Nespresso ambassador as well. There's a photo to prove it. Yeah, thank you. You made that thing. My Nespresso thing now works. It's back. I don't know. I didn't fix it. It just started to work. Pause. I did. Did it help? Alan says she made more profit from coffee than streaming and downloads for her music. Well, you say that. Now you realise, and I should mention this more often, we should have it on the little ticker down there. 3 of the songs I've done on this show are now available as proper songs. If anything, thumbing my nose at genuine musicians by being on Spotify and not Apple Music. Oh, I should check. I might be on Apple Music. On Amazon Music. And I've had a little chat with an AI to work out what kind of money I could be expecting to get. 3 songs on an EP. I'm not big and famous, but it's not like I don't have any profile. And we've worked it out. The most likely scenario, according to, I think it was Grok or Gemini, I had a little chat with. Gemini, actually, on this one. I'm likely, across the year, to earn no more than £15 if things go incredibly well. However, the admin cost at withdrawing £15 will cost me £20. I'm not gonna, if you go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen and give me £5, you could plug the black hole that I'm facing of trying to get my money back out. I mean, I'll still get 0 money. I'll probably just leave it in there. But you can now track me down, and I'm a genuine musician on Spotify. There you go. I'm howling, Martin. Are you doing that again? Is it the time of the month? I mean, something else, isn't it? Margot formulated a non-oyster version of her gin, not to be shellfish. That's enough of that one. My local beekeeper gave me hives. The things I had to do for an eye-opener. I don't even get why that's true, but it kind of is, isn't it? I'd rather listen to you than Dua Lipa, says Alan. I wouldn't. Imagine this show is being done by Dua Lipa. She is good. She taught me Italian once on her app. The people in Amsterdam like to grab. I was dodging more than the Old Dodger. Oh, yeah, that's not right. No, it's not. No. And I don't know what the Amsterdamish is for. Don't grab that. And that's the problem, isn't it? I don't know what the German for no is. Kept calling the emergency services. People kept shouting at me. Oh, all right. Well, flipping. You don't look like you're having a problem. Hi. Is this? Oh, speaking German. Fitness pill to zap fat. Mimics workout. Patients. Oh, I don't quite. That's annoying. Patients are being given a pill that mimics a workout to build muscle and burn fat for the first time. A once-a-day tablet triggers muscle receptors in the same way as lifting weight. How heavy is the pills? No, because I think I might have got to the bottom of this one already. They've invented some new pills. It's like lifting weights. Yeah, you can only buy them in bottles of 1,000. All right. Oh, I do feel like I've got a bit more. But it does mean in the future, you'll be able to have one injection to not be fat, one pill to build some muscle, another pill to make you clever. If we could do that one, then people would understand that if there is a probability of winning the lottery, it has to be at least equal to the probability of being able to afford to get on the property ladder. If Steve's hay fever gets any worse, he'll need an eye-opener. Take my mind off it, won't it? Martin says, to be honest, I'd listen to Steve, but look at Dua Lipa. That'll confuse you. She sounds a bit rough today. Why is Dua Lipa? She's an attractive lady, but will she pack it in with her Gollum impressions? AI could sort that conundrum for you, Martin. I still think it would scar you in a deeper way than anyone would be willing to do. Is there revival for tulips from Amsterdam? Clogs and 2 unlimited reunions. I bet there are limits these days, though. Joodles, that is a worry. It is a worry, isn't it? It's genuinely a worry. You might, well. Meanwhile, failed on that mental image. Barbie, girls and boys. Okay. Playing with Barbie dolls helps both girls and boys improve vital social skills. I think it might be a bit late for me now. I appreciate the research, but I think at my age, it might improve my social skills. But at the same time, I'd be known as the guy who plays with the Barbie doll, which might impact my ability to walk up to strangers. The toys help them reach key milestones in developing social understanding, and particularly useful for kids having problems with their peers. Thoroughly get this one. Yes. Barbie dolls do teach you some essential things about life that people will pay more attention to thin women. I think that's your main take home, isn't it? That's it. Blonde ones as well, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's true. I think that's just a cliche. But why is no one playing with the other toys and they're playing with the thin one over there? Yep. That's life. That's life. That's life. Kermit, any clue? Any chords? I kind of worry there might be an augmented in there somewhere and I can't do that first take. David Jensen DJ sounds like he has hay fever. Hay fever is the new sexy. Oh, beautiful, Martin. Hang on, what have I missed? Joodles, that is the word. 2 Unlimited is pop's finest oxymoron. Well, you say that, but 2 is the limit of the sum of the harmonic series. So, I don't think there are many other live streams bringing that up. It doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean I should do it, but I did. Ems went there. Did she what? Cindy was always better than Barbie. Look, I'm joking about all of this ingrained misogyny, all this, the viewing life through the male gaze. It doesn't matter. And but I've got a daughter now, and she's 2, and I worry that she's going to be judged in the same way. That maybe there'll be some pressure. So what we did with her Barbie is left it near the oven for a while, and now she does not have pretty privilege. Controversy, says Jude. What's talking? Do you know what? I can't remember what Cindy looked like. We should at some point get them on, I suppose, for a debate. So that's all kicking off there. I wonder why dolls have existed for centuries. Yeah, kids do. I love them, and it is weird. No one's getting upset about the mention of the limit of the harmonic series. So 2 is a limit, I suppose. Yeah. So you're right, it's not unlimited. All right, no, good point. Which one's better? There's only one way to find out. Fight. If I had them now, I could do that, and it would help me learn social skills. It is too late. Right, 2 stories left about this bad boy. I can tell my hay fever tablet's wearing off as well. ASMR. And that's the end of it, Kate. That's the worst headline. And I've churned out some guff on this show. But lights out for Star's garden plan. Kate Blanchet. It's not, but I'm saying it that way. Kate Blanchett has withdrawn her grand garden lighting designs after experts warned they could harm bats. You know the one thing we know about bats? I don't think light bothers them. You know what I mean? If ever there's an animal that you think, I ain't going to worry about light, it'd be the blind one. That, yeah. I know some moles don't have good eyesight because they have a very sensitive nose. But it's mainly bat, isn't it? What's your go-to reference for blind animals? If you don't understand it, blind dog, but that's the wrong phrase. Blind as a bat, that's the one, right? How? Don't leave the lights on, you'll upset the bats. I can't even bother to read it. 2 unlimited stories left, yeah. You're right. I suppose what you need is a series that doesn't converge, it diverges. So the sum will be infinite, and that would be unlimited. And that's not going to be 2. I'm with you. AI work free halt. What? Labour has been forced into a climb down on plans to let artificial intelligence firms use copyright work material. I should have clipped out the other one. This is from The Sun. The one from The Star is amazing because they took credit for it. They were like, the Star's campaign has paid off. We've stopped the government. Just because 2 things happen at the same time does not, in the same way that I've jokingly said, oh, I said this on the telly, now Keir Starmer's changed his mind. Look at the power. It's like, I might as well turn up to the seaside and say, give me a couple of hours and I'm going to make this tide go away. Just because 2 things happen at the same time does not need. But the government's proposals would have allowed firms to train their models on books, music and art unless creators actively opted out. I think this is a shame because I would opt in, but they won't want it. But if I needed to opt out, they might have accidentally trained AI models on my songs available on Spotify. Now, yes, it would have ruined music. And that's the end of that. What have we got going on here? Alan says, I've seen the new range of Barbie and Cindy dolls on GB News a few months ago with Jake Berry a few months ago. No one queuing up to buy them. Well, it's good for you, though, if you do. Star copied the story from The Sun in a fight against copyright theft. Nice. So I think we're up to date. Alien news. I don't have any. Sorry, you're right, Martin. I've not done alien news in ages. Oh, also, there's a couple of stories to bring up. Last time we did we need an any other business jingle, don't we? You know, the salmon. I talked smack about Martha and her muffins. Saying I got the chords and was like, it's just really dumb. No, actually, it wasn't even that bit. It was my job is very boring. I'm an office clerk. That one, right? No, it's 4 chords. Oh. What a fool! They went and actually had a play around. How good is this, right? So, I know it's out of fashion, but I'm a romantic fool. First time, it goes down from the D to the C. The second time, up to the E minor. That is good. That's nice. The biggest problem, and I know in the chat we had a problem with them rhyming work with clerk. Yeah, I know what you mean. They've gone like that. However, isn't the bigger problem that they rhyme sun go down with sun go down? Come on. That's cheap. My job is very boring. My job is very boring. I'm an office clerk. Got that the other way around. The only thing I do at the time of day is knowing I'll be back on the tribute someday. It's really good. It goes on like that. So I was wrong. It's not just 4 chords. Really nice bit of work. So I apologise to Martha and her muffins. Martin says, too right, work clerk. My job is very, what is it? From 9 to 5, I have to spend my time at work. Maybe you're just posh. Finally, furries can get a real job. Speaking of furries, we should explain this. Today's thumbnail, thanks to Proper Memes for making it and for sending me the story that it links to, which is this absolute bunch of wrong. Desperate. Is the headline on there? Oh, I've zoomed in, haven't I? Like a fool. Oh, and I've zoomed out too far. Desperate farmers have started dressing as bears and growling in an attempt to scare off potato-eating monkeys. There's a stage where you just think, have the flipping potatoes. Do you know what I mean? But so this is in India where the monkeys are eating the dogs. They're eating the potatoes. And they've tried everything to get rid of them. They've run at them with brooms, as if the threat of having to do some domestic labour will be a thing. Banging drums. No one likes percussionists, I'll give you that. But pans. But if you run at them banging pans, the monkeys are going to be like, what, we're like the nurses. Aww. Using scarecrows. Yeah, again, that's your dumb move, isn't it? Oh, I built a scarecrow, and it didn't scare any monkeys. Oh, is it called a scare monkey? Well, then why do you think it's going to scare them? But they all didn't work, and they've decided to dress up as bears. They've not, have they? They were doing a sex thing. The missus bursts in. Two blokes dressed as bears. What's going on here? Monkeys? Because in my mind, every walking in scene is a Seinfeld moment. Kramer. Jerry. Oyland's not just ready, Ems. What's happened, Ems? What's she saying? Monkey eating potato sounds terrifying. Could be in a cave on Echo Beach and get loads of echoes. But then call it Echo Cave. Can we try a level 42 song? Yes. Yes, we definitely can. By next time, the Running in the Family is the best one, isn't it? And then we can do a joke about recessive genes. And Beachy Head, yeah. And get me the hell away from the monkey eating potatoes. Why, are you a monkey? You don't need to worry about monkey eating potatoes in the same way that monkeys don't need to worry about scarecrows. The missus caught two men dressed up and it was bearable, I imagine was, what? Well, I think we're just about done. If you have any spare change, and why would you, in this Monday world, Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. Thanks for some of the contributions. There is a strong chance that we can do one tomorrow. Actually, do you know what? We should do the full update.
Here are the plugs where you can see Stephen this week.
Don't know. Oh, and motorway services. Good point. Let's just get this done first. But Steve, this is just the plugs from the Monday night show with a few scribbled out. Saving the planet. But plugs, Friday, tomorrow. We can do an almost daily live and loose, although all of the shows are somewhat live and loose these days, aren't they? I hope that's a good move. Kingston, tomorrow night. I'll be in Kingston. It is tomorrow, isn't it? Christ. Tomorrow night, in Kingston, performing stand-up. Saturday, GB News, 6 a.m. in the morning. They've not confirmed it yet, so if they've watched this live stream, I might get unbooked, but you never know. I should be on the telly reviewing the news, with more of this moustache happening as well. Wimbledon that night, followed by Vauxhall. Nice. And then Sunday, GB News, Free Speech Nation from 7. Joodles likes my 7. Look at that. Look at that 7. Look at that. That means business, isn't it? Down there. Like, is it Johnny Bravo from Cartoon Network? That's how I draw my 7s. Proper Meme says, Mayor of Kingston. Well, what have I done? I have the freedom of Kingston. I'm going to be driving my sheep crazy. It's very difficult. I tried to drive my sheep once. I thought, right, I'll just get a few of them ready. Try to count them. Fell asleep. Missed the whole thing. Motorway Services says Ems. Motorway Services says Joodles and plugs. No, do the pursuit of accidents. Level 42. I have to learn stuff. The moustache is good. Keep it. Trimmed everything else, but I'm getting to the stage. We don't know if it's going to go Teddy Thomas or Windsor Davis. Because that, ding dong, is quite fun, but it's more fun to go, lovely boy. And nah, living it up. Actually, you're right. Yeah. That's a good point. Well made. Motorway Services. This is now such old news that it feels weird bringing it up. I just forgot to do it. There's a new one. I did a gig somewhere up north, and I was on the A1. Now, normally, my complaint about driving up the A1 is, for some reason, they have a lot of roadside sex shops, which, again, is one of my warm-up exercises before going on TV. Gets me weird looks from Nina, but roadside sex shops. And the vanilla alternative. Which, honestly, why make your hotel sound like it serves desserts as well? Because an innocent guy like me turns up, I love a cupcake. Ooh, I love a muffin. And you turn up to that hotel, you get Martha. And Arthur, but no muffin. Well, a little bit of muffin. What are we talking about? There's a new motorway services. Is it Selby or something? I've now forgotten the name of it. But there's a new motorway services. I was waiting to get up to the Peterborough services, which is not a good one. It's not a good one. As a stand-up comedian, you spend a lot of time on the road. You know your motorway services. The Peterborough ones. But I was up there and it said services in a few miles on the left. Oh, I think I've misjudged where I am. And I pulled in. There's a new motorway services. That's all this story is. But in my world, that's big. I mean, it was a terrible service. It was basically one building and there's a W.H. Smith's and that's it. But it was a roadside W.H. Smith's. And it's on the A1, so if you go around the back, I bet there's a sex shop. But I didn't want to, didn't want to go around there and see what their muffins were up to. But yeah, there you go. You're up to date. Hang on. Tish, well, what happened? Mr. Pink, is that what's available at the A1? And Ems, you've got a name change incoming. What am I calling her? This is what this show's like. Not only can I not remember what I said at the start of it, I can't remember. There's something. I have to watch this back if I know what I've been saying. So I think we're just about done. Thank you very much for partaking in today's chit-chat-a-thon. We've covered all the main news. We've got all that sorted. Thank you for proper memes for the pictures and for that story about it's a scarecrow, you bunch of idiots. Mims. Yeah, because she's South Mims. That's how I'm going to... Well, she's in the north and she's called Ems. So really, South Mims is one of the most offensive nicknames. That's what you got. So why was I called that after the services the other day? No, because South Mims services. It's off the A1, but it's lower than where I live. It's down. It's the interchange betwixt the M25 and the M1. South Mims services. Back in the day when I was a travel newsreader, I could name all the services and knew which junctions they were at. I did the M25. I knew where they were at, as made me sound a little bit like the All Saints. But I'm sexy. What are you going to do? But I knew all the junctions of the M25 as well. Because his face isn't working, Ems. Traffic report. We could do travel news on the show. It's one of the few things I'm trained in. But it was a while now. So thank you very much for watching. Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. On social media at Mr. Stephen Allen. I would say head there because there'll be some clips of today's show. There won't be because I'm not really sure we landed anything that's clip worthy. Plus also, I've got a voiceover to do and some faffing around with. Got some other stuff to record. So I'll go and get that done. But thank you for joining me for this one. Tomorrow's little looseness. I'll make sure this is plugged in. Kermit, if you can make sure you're on call as the musical director. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Saying, Jesus, I could have at least been T-Bay. You want to be careful. You're one typo away from a very fun activity. Be careful. T-Bay's a bit of a mouthful. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow at 12. Till then, bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic.
we sure? He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen,
on slavery,
almost daily.
investigating mental
Laughs and facts,
maybe I don't.
served out plainly.
You look at your face,
Your
like, what are
dose
you
of
going to do with that,
wit,
Steve?
it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Damn you, trees!